What happens when only one company controls an entire market? At first, that might not sound like a big problem. After all, if one company is producing a product that people need and it does the job well, then why should anyone care how many competitors it has? Welcome to the Thinking Economist. To answer that question, we first need to understand what economists call a monopoly. A monopoly exists when a single company dominates the supply of a particular product or service. In practice, this means consumers have very few alternatives, or sometimes no alternatives at all. Now, competition plays a very important role in most markets. When multiple businesses compete for customers, they usually try to offer lower prices, better quality, and improved products. If one company performs poorly, consumers can simply switch to another. But what happens when there is no meaningful competition? Imagine that there is only one company selling a product that everyone needs. If customers have nowhere else to go, the company suddenly gains a great deal of power. It no longer has to worry as much about losing customers to competitors, because there may not be any competitors available. And this is where the risks of monopolies begin to appear. But before we explore those risks, an important question arises. How do monopolies form in the first place? One reason is the existence of high barriers to entry. In some industries, starting a competing business requires enormous amounts of money, expertise, or infrastructure. As a result, new firms find it extremely difficult to enter the market. Another reason is control over important resources. If one company controls a resource that others need to operate, it can become very difficult for competitors to challenge its position. Monopolies can also emerge because of technological advantages. Sometimes a company develops technology that is so advanced that competitors struggle to catch up. Over time, this can allow one firm to dominate an entire market. Regardless of how they form, monopolies often gain something economists call market power. Market power is the ability to influence prices and market conditions more than would normally be possible in a competitive market. To see why this matters, imagine you need a product and only one company sells it. If that company decides to increase prices, your options are limited. You can either pay the higher price or go without the product. In a competitive market, things work differently. If one business raises prices too much, customers can simply buy from another seller. Competition places pressure on companies to remain efficient and keep prices reasonable. A monopoly faces far less of this pressure. As a result, consumers often end up paying more than they would in a competitive market. But higher prices are only part of the problem. Competition also encourages innovation. Think about why companies regularly improve their products. Why do businesses invest in research, develop new features, or provide better customer service? A major reason is competition. Companies know that if they fail to improve, another business might attract their customers. When competition is weak or absent, that incentive becomes much smaller. If consumers have nowhere else to go, a monopoly may feel less urgency to innovate, improve quality, or respond quickly to customer needs. This can lead to slower technological progress and fewer choices for consumers. Imagine walking into a store and finding only one option for every product category. No alternative brands, no competing products, no companies trying to win your business. Most people would probably prefer more choice than that. And this highlights another important issue. Monopolies can concentrate economic power in the hands of a single organization. The larger and more dominant a company becomes, the greater its influence over prices, suppliers, and even broader market conditions. This concentration of power is one reason why many governments pay close attention to monopolies. Around the world, governments often use competition laws, sometimes called antitrust laws, to prevent companies from abusing their market power. The goal is not necessarily to punish successful businesses. Success is an important part of a healthy economy. Instead, the goal is to ensure that markets remain competitive, innovative, and fair for both consumers and businesses. By preventing excessive concentration of power, Governments aim to preserve the benefits that competition brings to society, and those benefits are significant. Competition encourages lower prices, greater efficiency, better products, and continuous innovation. It creates an environment where businesses must earn customers rather than simply rely on their dominance. In the end, the issue is not that large companies exist. The issue is what happens when competition disappears. Healthy competition helps keep markets dynamic and efficient. Without it, economic power can become concentrated in ways that may harm consumers, reduce innovation, and weaken the benefits that markets are meant to provide. And that is why monopolies can be so dangerous. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos from the Thinking Economist. And feel free to reach out in the comments section with any questions, feedback, or topic suggestions.